Well, I started tearing it apart. I've got the intake out, the intercooler line's out, the radiator hose is disconnected, the air conditioner line's disconnected off the back of the compressor. I've got that little, I don't know where it went. This thing here, it was laying up in there. I took it out, took off the heater core hoses, and I took out the block heater. It was wrapped up in throughout here, so I took it all out. I disconnected this wiring that goes to your alternator and your AC compressor, and then I'm working on these vacuum pump lines. I've gotten this one. This is a real flimsy, thin one that goes on the side of the vacuum pump right there. I got it disconnected. It goes to the top of the brake booster. And then I'm going to take off these two lines that go to the power steering pump. And I don't know if I can take them off back here. I gotta take them off here. So yeah, I need to make sure I remember which ones go where, and then hopefully later on I can put them back the same way they were, because I actually know that those are staying, because this engine's staying in this frame. I don't have to touch those. I just have to take this one off. Yeah, because this engine is staying in this frame. All the wiring with the motor will stay with the motor. All the wiring with the cab will stay with the cab. I do have to disconnect the steering column, and the master cylinder's got to come off because it'll stay with the frame. And then I'm hopefully going to retrofit a brake booster and the pedals and the clutch master cylinder into the firewall of the other car, and somehow figure out how to use that steering column in the other car, or adapt to this with the other car's steering wheel. I could also adapt down here maybe. I'm not really sure. I could always cut that steering shaft and weld a collar on it, and then weld a collar with a like a hex collar, weld it to the round stock, and then drill a hole through it, and then that hex will be the way it holds the steering of it. I could drill a hole just for a retaining bolt so it doesn't pull out. Other than that though, I gotta figure out this wiring. There's not much to figure out on these, but I gotta make sure I don't rip any of the wiring. Well, so far everything's been fairly easy until I got to getting the clutch pedal out, or the clutch linkage out. So I took the dash out, I took the light switch handle out to do that. There's a pin that you push in under here on the light switch itself. Oh boy. Yep, right there. Like right there's the pin. You push in on that, and then you can pull that switch out, and then you can unscrew this panel and bend the panel out of the way. You can bend the panel out of the way enough to get all the way to that screw that you can see right there on the firewall. And I tried a screwdriver up in there and I could not get it. It kept wanting to round over, so I finally got enough extensions on my impact and got that screw out. Now I should be able to twist that linkage, and it should pop right out that master cylinder. There is a pin you gotta pull, like a C-clip, and then a washer, and the rod just slides right off the mechanism there. So that's so far been the most tedious process of getting everything off. See if I can't save that screw. Must have the original one in it, because most guys say they don't put them back in, but that's a screw you gotta get out. It ain't much of a screw, but it goes right into metal, and it was seized pretty good. So now if I go back up under here, I'm hoping I can just twist this. Yep, twist that a quarter of a turn. And then it's got this rubber grommet here. I don't know if I have to take that off or if it comes through it. Probably better if we took it off. So I'll go get a screwdriver and get it out. That way we can put it in the Oldsmobile. Oh, that's good. It's all the way up.
Oh, yeah. Now let's roll this frame out.
Didn't come off too bad. So those are the body bushings that go there, apparently.
Are you taking another video?
Yep. No, we're not gonna roll the frame out just yet. I mean, we will, but we'll use the Bobcat. I want to, I want to block everything off from the weather first, and then we'll roll it out. So we'll put some like tape over that. We'll put a better cover over the transmission.
I would just put a tarp on it.
We could, but we may as well keep it all the way out of the weather. If we put a tarp on it, birds could get up in it still, and they could build nests down in the intake. Or a mouse could, and then we'd have nasty problems later on. So this is where we're at so far. For now, we're gonna roll her out. The only things we forgot to disconnect was the e-brake cable, which was cut off already by the previous owner, but I was on the wrong side to pull the cab, so we unbolted it in case we want to reuse it. I don't know if this piece is reusable or not. But I know the bracket is. I don't know about the cable itself. So had to cut 3 out of 4 body bolts. Only one came out, and only one more came loose, and it started spinning up inside. This cab's pretty well rough. So she's seen some better years.
Yeah, in days.
I can't believe this one wasn't sagging right here. But I guess that fender's got some strength in it. So it's only held on by 6 bolts total. Looks like we're gonna need a radiator at some point too, Charlie. Looks like it might be getting kind of weak down there. Anyway, we're gonna roll her out and get her all weathered up and maybe pressure wash it at some point. And then bring that Oldsmobile in here at some point. And boy, that don't look too good, does it? I would say that's just a cover maybe that came off. Might be a serviceable grease area in there.
I'm guessing.
Yeah, it didn't come off too bad. Honestly, taking the Duramax cab off was easier because nothing was near as rusty. But a lot less wiring
Wait,
on this
that
thing.
was a Duramax cab?
That one was an 8.1 cab, but I've taken Duramax cabs off too. Yeah, no, we messed this one up, buddy. I cut it, but apparently I didn't get it cut right, and we pulled it right through the cab mount, which it wasn't very good anyway. It was weak and thin anyway. I must have, yep, just that little piece there.
Oh,
Should have kept cutting. That's what pulled it apart. Oh well.
well, good thing is we still have all our fingers and we are okay.
Yeah, we're gonna take all these off anyway. Every last one of them. And then when we put the Oldsmobile cab on there, we're gonna make new ones or re-bolt them back to where we want them. No, we'll probably, I don't want to drill more holes in the frame. We'll probably make new ones
Okay.
that go to those same holes. So that's it for now. What do you have to say?
Well, I'm just glad it all came off with all of us safe.
There you go. I guess we have that going for us.